he's almost one of those characters in a book, like you say, in a novel, that he pushes you as you pushed the reader right to the edge, but his personality, you were always wondering where he was going to, go off next. And I think you mentioned Kenny Aronoff. I think I might have felt the most for him throughout the whole book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although obviously he did, pretty well for himself afterwards. So I I mean, he became a success on his
Yeah.
own.
One of the
Yeah.
finest drummers in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one like him, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you listen. I think that's you can John, like I suppose like a lot of people, John's I would imagine he was difficult and challenging to work for, but like a lot of personalities and characters, like the people that do, I think they will all credit that he bettered them. Mike Wanchick, who's been with him pretty much since day one, said, Kenny Aronoff turned up with a massive, great drum kit, and John didn't want that. He wanted somebody who could play simply spare drums. So he started piece by piece to take away the bits of the kit until it was down to the bare minimum, and then he had him play a style that was the bare minimum, and that became Kenny Aronoff's signature style. So I think there's Kenny's undoubtedly, you do feel sorry for Kenny at various intervals through the book, but I think he did, he said, he will credit John with, he owes a significant part of his career to what he got for playing with John Mellencamp.
Oh, no question, probably for most of them,
Yeah.
I would say, but just going through it, but like probably with any band or in any sport, the growing pains. But he's hit the personality, John's personality, you made very clear, and throughout his whole life.
Yeah, I mean, you also said in the book that I think he learned with his first band it was a democracy, and I think you mentioned his first lesson was, we can't have a democracy. There's only one. There's got to be one guy in charge, and that's going to be me, right?
Yeah, I think I think that. I mean, it's no different. I mean, I think him and John and Bruce Springsteen they've sort of had parallel careers. I think they're working together now. I think they're quite close, and they're very similar in that respect. I think Bruce is perceived probably as more amiable and easygoing, but there's only one person in charge of the E Street Band, and it's not Steve Van Zandt, and I think it's exactly so. I think his frustration with the first band was that it took ages to even organize a show because there were 6-7 people voting on it, and no, I think there's been one person voting on what John's doing for 30-40 years, and he hasn't done too bad yet.